Hello Cowboys Nation, welcome to another video, and without further ado, let's get to another round of news from America's team. Cowboys' $90 million stars return timeline revealed after second surgery. In 2023, Dallas Cowboys cornerback DaRon Bland was tabbed as the best in the league at his position. He was first-team All-Pro, and recorded a league-high 9 interceptions, 5 of which he returned for touchdowns, a record. He had shown promise as a rookie fifth-round pick out of Fresno the previous year, picking off 5 passes. He allowed a quarterback rating of 82.2 when he was targeted in his first season, which is excellent. That plummeted to 60.8 in year 2, which is elite. And it was based off of those 2 years that the Cowboys decided to grant Bland a 4-year, $90 million contract extension last offseason. That was despite the foot injury Bland suffered in training camp in 2024, an injury that required surgery and kept him out for the first 10 games of last season and rendered him ineffective when he did play. In 7 games, Bland had no interceptions and allowed a rating of 105.7. And from the beginning of this season, it was clear that Bland was still having problems with the foot. He had 1 interception, allowing a 103.3 rating. Fixing Bland is probably the first step to fixing the Cowboys' woeful collection of defensive backs, and to that end, Bland had a second surgery to repair his foot on Tuesday. The good news is that he should be ready to take the field when the Cowboys go to Oxnard this summer, and, perhaps, even before then, when the team gathers for OTAs in the spring. ESPN's Todd Archer noted, as reported last week, cornerback DaRon Bland had surgery on his left foot today performed by Dr. David Porter, a consultant for the Colts. Second surgery on his foot in as many years. Expectation is he will be ready for the off-season program, but the main focus is training camp. Bland missed weeks 2 and 3 this season, and attempted to come back but was clearly still not himself. By week 15, with the Cowboys out of the playoff mix, the team decided to move him to injured reserve and end his season. He has been everything you could ask for relative to his rehab, relative to his competes, Cowboys owner Jerry Jones said in December. He's done the best that he's had to work with as it turns out with his injury. He's thumbs up. As things stand, Bland is the closest thing the Cowboys have to a known commodity at cornerback, and with 2 foot surgeries in 2 years, he is not much of a known commodity. Beyond Bland, the only corners on the Cowboys roster next year are Siobhan Revel, Kalen Carson and Trikweze Bridges. Revel was a third-round rookie last year, but was coming off an ACL tear and was clearly outmatched in the 7 games he played. He received a Pro Football Focus grade of 35.3 this season, which rated 113th out of 113 corners in the NFL. Carson, a fifth-rounder in 2024, only played 211 snaps, but his 54.8 grade would have rated him in the 90s. Bridges was a 7th-rounder in 2025 and had a grade of 49.3, which would put him near the bottom of the league. The Cowboys, of course, are in the process of hiring a defensive coordinator, and the hope is the new guy can fix the defensive backs. But the team will need a serious influx of new personnel for that to happen, no matter who gets the job. Cowboys request permission to interview key Eagles defensive assistant. The Philadelphia Eagles could be in danger of losing one of their top assistants coaches on defense to the Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys are requesting permission to interview Eagles passing game coordinator and defensive backs coach Christian Parker for the vacant Dallas defensive coordinator position, according to a report from NFL insider Jordan Schultz. Schultz wrote on X, "The Cowboys are requesting permission to interview Eagles defensive backs coach and pass game coordinator Christian Parker for their vacant defensive coordinator job." Parker, who has been coaching since age 22, has received DC interviews in the past and has been a key part of Vic Fangio's defenses. Both Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell were named first-team All-Pro under Parker's coaching this past season. Parker previously interviewed for the New Orleans Saints defensive coordinator opening last year. The reality is that the Eagles are likely on borrowed time when it comes to retaining him. The 34-year-old Parker has a strong track record of getting the best out of his players. He notably oversaw the development of Patrick Surtain II with the Denver Broncos before coming to Philly and coaching Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean to All-Pro status in their second seasons. The Eagles have had one of the best defenses in the NFL since they hired him along with Vic Fangio during the 2024 offseason. The team would probably like to retain him, especially since he could potentially be a Fangio successor one day. But it's quite possible, if not outright likely, that Parker will be poached before that can happen. While no one should fault Parker for trying to advance his career, it would obviously be annoying to Eagles see him leave and have success with a division rival. Cowboys could replace Javonte Williams in a blockbuster move for former first-rounder. If the Dallas Cowboys don't get Javonte Williams back when free agency rolls around, they're going to need a new running back one. They'll have lots of options available, but one name is emerging as an intriguing contender, current Jacksonville Jaguars running back Travis Etienne, who's also set to become available. Alex Kay of Bleacher Report thinks the Cowboys would be a perfect addition for Etienne in free agency. If Williams elects to take his talents elsewhere, the Cowboys will have to scour the market to find a replacement. With only little-use backups Jaden Blue, Israel Abanikanda and Phil Mafah are under contract for the 2026 season, the door would be open for a blockbuster free agent acquisition, Kay wrote on January 13, adding, Etienne would be a sensible choice for a Cowboys team that should be feeling desperate for some backfield stability. The team hasn't fielded the same Week 1 starter in consecutive years since Ezekiel Elliott departed for the first time in 2022, but Etienne could fill that void and hold down Dallas running back one job for the next few years. Etienne was a first-round pick in 2021, selected 25th overall by the Jags. He turns 27 at the end of January, and he has already shown he can carry an offense in Jacksonville. He rushed for 1,125 yards and 5 touchdowns on 220 carries as a rookie in 2022, followed by 1,008 yards and 11 scores on 267 carries in 2023. His production dipped in 2024, when he finished with 558 yards and 2 TDs on 150 carries in 15 games while dealing with nagging lower body injuries much of the year. He rebounded nicely in 2025, finishing with 260 carries for 1,107 yards and 7 TDs. In all, Etienne has produced 3 1,000-yard rushing seasons in his 4 years.